Hello, and welcome to the Xennials podcast. I'm here with Caraway and Amy, Chris,
Hi.
and me. So, guys, how's your week? Oh.
Ooh, yikes. It was a week.
Mine was decent up until about 10 minutes ago when I realized I'm having issues with my mic. Not happy with that. But, Chris, what about you? How was your week?
It could be better, could be worse. You never know. Wasn't too bad, though. Wasn't too bad.
All right, well,
Wait. I know how my week was. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially on Amazon Music /Audible. So you can check us out under the Xennials podcast. And we also are on Stitcher as of today at the Xennials podcast.
Nice.
very nice. Kudos to us.
We did it.
You guys ready?
Yeah, let's jump into it.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. So we are now at the current events episode. We are going to run down the current events for May. I will say that May was a little better than April. We lost some people, but we ain't lost as many as we did in April. So yay, May came in. She didn't sit her ass down and shut up, but she did come in and she was all right. So let's go. Start in with the updates. So we have an update on I believe it was our last show. We talked about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine getting pulled and then possibly getting put back on the shelf. And guess what? It's back on the shelf. If you would like to go get the Johnson & Johnson shot, we have made several opinions about it in the last current events show. If you would like to look at episode, what was that? 14? 15? No, not 15. Maybe we made something. Did we say something about it in freestyle? Either way it goes.
We covered it in April.
Okay, we covered it in April, so you can go back to our episode in April.
Episode 14.
April. Episode 14. There we go. And check out our comments. But if you don't know, most of us we've all basically agreed on this panel that if they can't get talcum powder right, we ain't fucking with it. So that's that. But however, they say that women can use and receive the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. However, if you are younger than 50, you should be aware of the quote rare risk of blood clots. That is according to the CDC. So I mean, I have no intentions on getting Johnson & Johnson. How about you guys?
I feel like they shot themselves in the foot. Like, there's so many other vaccines that'll do the same thing, but might have a slight risk. Like, well, if you have like a bunch of cars that you can buy and they're all different makes and models, but one is known for the tires just randomly blowing up, probably not going to buy that.
Agreed.
I look at it this way. I don't care what name you put on it. I'm not getting the vaccine, period.
I'm sure the hell not getting that with Johnson & Johnson name with it.
I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna date myself. You're definitely not buying a geo tracker.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine though. They have so much money.
I'm just saying, growing up, I'm pretty sure everybody out here remembers growing up that geo trackers were the rollover vehicles. So hey.
That and Ford had a thing with Firestone for a while.
Right. So it's like, yeah. And I'm with Tor. I don't think I'd get anything with Johnson & Johnson on there. So we all good.
Yeah, so through that. Next update. Morgan Wallen. I believe we covered Morgan Wallen in our February current events episode. And just a little, if you guys don't remember, Morgan Wallen was the guy caught on somebody's Ring camera saying the N-word outside his yard as he was off of I think he said a 72-hour drinking binge or something like that. So after that happened, Morgan Wallen came out and said, he really apologized. It was the stupidest thing he could have done. He's getting with some black people, I forget what they're called, black organizations, so he can learn more and he could do better. He also his contract was suspended by his record company. I'm not sure what that really means. And he wasn't touring, he wasn't performing. That is up until Wednesday.
He just popped into Kid Rock's concert.
Yep, that was until Wednesday when he was at Kid Rock has a steakhouse. Now, because there is a certain word that I am super particular about, I'm not going to say the name of the steakhouse, but if you guys want to, feel free. But he has a steakhouse. He hopped on stage at Kid Rock Steakhouse and did a little...
Oh God, I don't even want to say that.
So that's just me. I know that's like a country thing or whatever, but y'all know I'm really particular about my words, and that's one of the words that is not on my list to say. So I don't say that word, but it's a steakhouse.
Well, I appreciate that, but I just think it's cringe that like just the order of the words.
Right,
like,
and it's like a steakhouse. I've never heard steakhouse used with those words, but anyway, neither here nor there. It's a steakhouse in Nashville, and apparently there's this giant ass stage, and there's Morgan Wallen up there doing a damn thing. Thanks, Kid Rock. We knew you could do it. Yeah. So what do you? Oh God, what do you guys think?
I think that the dude's doing the opposite of what Louis C.K. did when he got busted doing some sketchy shit. He's like, Louis just decided to disappear for years, and this guy's like, no, I'm gonna wait not even a week and jump back into the limelight. When his manager's probably like, please don't. Like, just don't do anything.
Now, I do believe one of the reports said that the crowd was kind of like cheering him on to get on the stage. It wasn't like a planned thing, and it wasn't something that... I think that's one of the articles I read said that it wasn't planned. It wasn't something that he had planned on doing, but someone had seen him out in the audience and they were rooting for him to get on, and he
I
got
don't
on.
think the demographic that goes to that kind of place probably cares too much about him using the N-word.
I don't think they either. Yeah, but there's that. Also, to match with that, the gathering of black minds that he was going to do so he could sit down with all these people and talk to them. According to the president of the NAACP in Nashville, she ain't heard from this nigga since February. So he has decided, she said that she has reached out. It was his idea. It wasn't something that they were like, hey, you need to do this, but yeah, she's reached out. She's not gotten any phone calls back, so she's like, all right, well, I guess we're done here. So he really didn't. It was like, if you go back and listen to the episode that we did this on originally, Amy clearly was like, yo, is this something that he's saying that he just got caught doing, and now he's just saying what he needs to say to get out of it? And now it's looking like, at first it was like, give him the benefit of the doubt, and now, it's a little doubtful. So, Morgan Wallen, guys, any comments, concerns, situation issues? What you guys got?
His relevancy in my life would require that I listen to country music.
Yeah, this is the first time I've heard of him, honestly.
Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, although I will say this, we were talking earlier, us in our little chat, we was talking earlier about Chris Stapleton. Unfortunately,
why haven't you introduced me to this man prior? Okay,
everybody knew about this dude. This dude is what that is. This is the epitome country to me, but that's because I'm not a country music fan. And the only reason I know of him is because of the song he did with Justin Timberlake, and I just went from there and looked up his stuff. I didn't even know he did Tennessee with. So I just know the song he did with Justin Timberlake was so hot. I was like, I gotta know more about this guy. So yeah, Chris is that dude. We can all agree that.
I don't fuck with country music like at all, but he's one of the people. I think Garth Brooks is a fucking serial killer. But Chris Stapleton, man, don't even get me started. But yeah, no, Chris Stapleton for sure he's that
dude.
A diamond in the rough.
Yeah, he is. He's that dude. I know Amy don't know nothing about Chris.
Yeah, Amy doesn't.
If you look him up, if you listen to a song, you might like it. You might like it. But yeah, Morgan.
If I play it backward, will his girlfriend come back and his truck will start and his tractor's just fine and his dog will be alive? If I play it backwards, will that happen?
No, we don't need that to happen. We're good. We don't want
because I mean,
this is not Pet Cemetery, my dear. This is not Pet Cemetery.
Okay, well, I mean, that's what all country music is. My dog ran away, my man ran away, my wife ran away, my truck is dead, my tractor's dead. No. Tell me how you killed them. I might be interested in listening.
I just got one word for Amy. Evanescence. Okay? That's all I got for you.
Oh, wow.
By no means country. One or two songs is decent. The rest of them, I don't really care about.
This harkens back to our conversation a couple of weeks ago. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great time in the chat with each other. I found
We
out
do.
that Amy had
We
no
do.
desire to listen to Evanescence at any time frame, ever.
No, and in fact, I do believe you actually told me to listen to some NSYNC as though that wouldn't cause me to slit my wrists.
Listen,
I'm,
instinct is
I'm just saying, you get some NSYNC, you know, take you back to the 90s a little bit, you know. You would've
No,
been-
I wasn't listening to them then.
I
like-
know.
No, she was into Spice Girls at that point.
Nope.
Not the Spice Girls. Not Spice Girls. Where's your playlist back then? Considering that you
90s?
left a whole group of CDs at the radio station. You can find that
seriously.
I'm gonna say
Seriously.
probably
episode in
Corn.
the archives, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe 2, but yeah, 2, 3, 4, one of them.
Yeah, check them all out. These Xennials podcast. Yeah. So,
I
so
mean-
what is your choice of music? And it better not be water, because we also found out in the same episode that people like water to listen to. So
Yeah. No, like these days or back then?
I caught the
Back then.
shade. I caught the shade. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
there was lots of shade thrown there. Back then, I mean, I was kind of all over the place, but I could never really get into the boy bands. Like back then, I was listening to Beastie Boys. I was listening to Too Short. A little bit of In Vogue, some Salt and Pepper.
So it would be a complete disrespect to call Beastie Boys a boy band, right? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. it
Okay,
would
never
be.
mind. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
My bad. Disregard.
Beastie
Boys
Boy
band.
band. What the
I
hell?
thought it was boy band.
No.
Boys band. Okay.
No.
What do we call Beastie Boys? A rap group?
Yes.
Okay, disregard
Well,
that. My fault.
Yes.
My fault.
I'd say just I don't know. They're kind of their own vein.
They really are, because they weren't really. Oh, they were rap, but they were rap that transcended rap for that period of time.
Yeah.
They were
They were
trendsetters.
kind of like the
Definitely
first-
trendsetters.
The first byproducts of the Aerosmith Run DMC, like, yeah.
I mean, my playlist back then even included a little ICP.
That's not a surprise at all.
Whoa.
I would say,
Whoa.
dude, I would bet money that you have seriously considered getting a Hatchet Man tattoo or already have one.
No.
Okay, I'm proud of you. That is honestly, that is like a big, like,
No, I said I listened to them. I
Flag.
mean, it wasn't like
Yeah.
I wasn't hardcore into them.
you don't really seem like the type that would be like crazy about them, like always buying Fago and shit like that. But
I mean, I can go down to the local store and buy Fago. What flavor you want? Brittany's favorite is cotton candy.
White,
Ew.
white bread, Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
White bread America.
Listen.
They
hey,
they slowly
if I-
catching up.
if I'm in the mood for a good Fago, I'll have the Fiesta. It's not an issue.
Man,
fuck, I think
But-
most people get it through commissary.
But I mean, my playlist back in the day was a little bit all over the place. You got to remember, I was in choir, so an honors
But-
choir at that.
She's like,
fact
you know,
that
a little bit of
the-
Tupac, a little bit of Corn, some Ave Maria.
the fact
Bohemian Rhapsody. That's what I'm thinking.
all wrapped up into one. The fact that Ames was in a choir, it doesn't surprise me as much because she's very knowledgeable about music. If you ever talk to her, but I'm trying to imagine Ames in a choir, and there's no photographic evidence that this ever existed. So I'm
Oh, there
Amy in a choir robe.
Nope, we had plum, shiny metallic plum purple dresses.
I need you to bring that to the table, please. One time.
Never. Never.
One time. I'm
What
sorry.
was this?
Taurus facial expressions are killing me right now. I need one time, Ames. I just need one. Like, just show me a glimpse and just take it down.
Nope.
And I'll forever be grateful. Because
Oh, no. Because I don't trust none of you mofos to not screenshot the crap out of that. So absolutely not.
Good going, because I'll screenshot that shit.
I know you will. I know
I
you
sure will.
will.
I will screenshot that shit.
Yes, I was in choir. I scored ones in UIL competitions, and I'm such a nerd. I lettered in choir. So
You got a letter jacket?
yes, it was stolen from me, but yes, I have a letter jacket that I got from choir.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Xennials podcast, where we start talking about racist people in country music to choir and letterman jackets.
Hey, you did it.
I did. I know I did. I did. I am so sorry. We are way off
You
the
asked
beat.
what my playlist was back in the day.
He really did. I am way off. We are way off topic here. Tori, take us back to where we're supposed to be right now.
All right.
No
yeah. So Morgan Wallen, the man who said he wasn't going to perform anymore, has performed as of Wednesday and has not talked to the NAACP about whatever the fuck he was supposed to talk about. I don't know. Looking really very much like Amy was right the whole time. So Morgan sucks us up. There's that. Next in the news. My. Do we have some news? All right. So, first little piece of tidbit we got, gas prices. Before we get into this, how are the gas prices in the Midwest, Amy?
Just this out of $3 a gallon.
Okay, so
$2.99, we talking $2.95, talking $2.97.
I don't know. I get a discount on mine. So, whatever.
Yeah, how do you get a discount? Lucky ass.
Because I'm almost 40 and have a rewards card for every place.
Oh, legit. No,
well, that's
I've said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like legit. But yeah,
the Midwest is hovering at like $2.91.
Yeah. So here's my question before we go into some little facts and tidbits about this. Why the fuck are we suffering about? Amy is in the Midwest. We're in the South. I'm trying to figure out if the shit, because one of the reasons that the gas prices is so quote unquote high because of the cyber attack from Colonial Pipeline on the East Coast. So this is fucking Texas. We basically can go out to the backyard and get some oil. So I'm trying to understand why our gas prices are so high. I have a theory, but
it's the summer, and it's also the first summer after everybody's been locked the fuck down because of COVID, and everybody and their mother is like, America's finally opening back up, and because everybody wants to go do shit.
There's a
paired with the Colonial Pipeline like bullshit going on. Yeah, it's gonna clog
because
some
gas
arteries
prices were already going up before the pipeline was hacked, and
because of this. Yeah, but it's because people are like planning to go out and go on summer vacation. It happens every summer.
Gas prices are up as well because we are in our first summer after a new president
and an epidemic where everybody's been. I think the fact that everybody's been locked into their houses for the past year has a little bit more to do with it than the fact that there's a new president.
You know what? So I'm gonna agree with all of y'all. Guess what?
We got 3 opinions out there. There's a 4th that I have not heard anybody mention.
Which is what?
That'll be called production. Considering that we buy our oil from different countries, production levels are not as high as they have been, so gas prices go up. And like everybody on the panel has said, it happens every summer. Like every single summer, gas prices go up. OPEC does this every summer, and we get sucked into it because a lot of people travel during the summer. Aircraft travel during the summer. Boats travel during the summer. Amy's hotel is probably going to be full this summer. Stuff like that.
Everybody went and started hoarding gas, and I don't know if that was enough of. I think the impact from that was like maybe 4 cents altogether, but I think that it's mainly just because we've been locked the fuck down for the past year. We can't do anything.
Yo, did anybody watch the video of the lady with the bag, the gas station with the plastic
bag?
We shared it. She was trying to take the plastic bag.
Unreal. Those are the
like who does?
I don't remember that last.
Who does that?
Watch that?
Or the police chase with the lady that had a whole 5 or 6 gallons of gas in the back of her car.
I know you fucking lying.
No, police chase.
No.
She hit a pole, car blew up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what?
So I mean,
what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wasn't the car? This car was stolen, right?
No, not that one. No, she was driving a car and police were trying to stop her for some reason. They haven't released the reason why they were trying to stop her. And she took off and she lost control of the car, hit a pole, smacked the pole, car blew up. People don't realize that petrol is flammable, highly flammable, weirdos. But anyway, that's our gas talk.
That's ridiculous.
You got nothing after that.
I got nothing.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
That's Darwinism at its finest.
I mean, it's just why?
Why? It's utter stupidity.
It's really what it is. It's levels of stupidity that are just why.
Why?
all you can ask is why. Like people, petrol's not going anywhere. It's gonna be here. I mean, why?
Even if it does,
we have plenty of Texas.
Well, wait a minute. It's not like toilet paper where you needed so much toilet paper that you were gonna die if you didn't have like 22 packages of toilet paper in your house.
Dude, as soon as I found out the toilet paper was going like crazy, we put in an order at my job for like an excessive amount, and everybody just fill my box. Like, we just put it in as part of the cost because we were like, yeah, we probably want to stock up, and I was set.
I don't understand why people bought all that toilet paper. I also don't understand how people started buying wipes and hand sanitizer and all that. But if you look at counters right now at stores, those same wipes and hand sanitizers and all that stuff that they weren't buying before the pandemic is back on the shelf, fully stocked and ready to go.
Fully stocked. I can go to a store. I can go to Family freaking Dollar.
So much it's like surplus.
Exactly. So it's like, you nasty motherfuckers was nasty before, and then a pandemic hit and y'all still nasty.
3 weeks ago, I bought 4 bottles for 10 cents each of hand sanitizer.
The store around the corner from me literally is selling it for 99 cents.
I bought it for 10 cents a piece at Walmart.
So
And I remember this time last year, we were actually going to distilleries and making it out of alcohol.
Right. Alcohol distilleries was making all kinds of hand sanitizer. Now you can find that crap everywhere.
Idiot everywhere.
Everywhere.
Gas station, there it is.
Man.
Doctor's office, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah. So
Best Buy.
gas prices.
There it is.
I think we can all agree that this is one of those scare tactics. Let's all, one person start loading up. Oh my God, let's go. No, I'm good. I know how to walk. I got a bike. You know, it's okay. And like we all were saying, summertime is about to happen. This happens every year. It's just something different, whether it be a cyber attack or whether it be a hurricane or whatever the situation may be. This happens this time every year. You guys simmer down. It's fucking gas. You guys will be all right. Promise. So next in the news we have is COVID restrictions.
No, we ain't. That ain't what's next.
Is that not what's next? Hold on, let me
No.
go. What's
No,
next
ma'am.
then?
What's next would be the 6-year-old shooter out of Idaho.
Oh, Idaho 6th grade shooter. How many of y'all actually saw this on the news and heard about this?
I did. I heard about it when it happened.
I literally saw it one time and that was it.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
And I'm wondering why? Because it was a little girl?
Yeah, because
Or-
she's a 6th grader, and because they can't release any names of anybody that was involved outside of the adult, the one adult that was
If it's a
involved in it,
minor.
then you're not gonna hear anything else about it.
So there was no story there.
Are we talking about Bigsby?
I think that's where it was, where she brought the gun to
And-
school and
In
shot
Idaho?
She shot 2 girls and a janitor.
and a janitor.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody involved were a minor outside of the janitor. So this story is
I saw that the girl was transgender as well. The shooter.
Oh, was she?
Yeah,
I
think
didn't find that. I
I mean,
didn't see that.
that probably is the reason why she brought a gun to school.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I think she.
just
I
had
mean,
enough. Was fed up.
yeah.
Fed up.
Well, I do.
6th grade,
This is
you
what
fed up.
This is wow, right? In 6th grade, what was I doing? Huh, not that. But anyway,
I'll tell you what I was doing.
I don't know if we want to know what you were doing.
It was
You and Amy, y'all
was-
can't tell us y'all 6th grade stories because I'm scared to know what y'all were doing in 6th grade.
Oh man, yeah,
But-
6th grade was wild.
I was
Girl.
still in honors choir.
Mm-hmm. Bet you was. Saying you weren't. I'm just saying that there was probably other stuff, other extracurricular activities you were doing other than just honors choir. So
I was.
She was the good girl in 6th grade. It wasn't until she got out of, got into high school that everything fell apart after that.
oh,
Don't you know the story? Like, high school, everything falls apart. Yeah, I know, Ames. I'm just trying to give you a great picture here. Okay, let me paint this beautiful picture for you real quick. I know
So-
that shit fell apart like 5th grade. You was just holding on by dear life.
So Idaho 6th grader. There's a girl in middle school. She shot 3 people. The teacher disarmed her with a hug and empathy. Shout out to Krista Nettington. I think that's how you say her last name, Nettington. 6th grade math teacher. The girl needed a fucking hug. That's what she needed. And obviously she's not getting it where she's supposed to be getting it. And that's all it took. She took her down with a hug. So, that lets you know, hey, I appreciate the teacher because she recognized it. And I think that's being a good teacher. She recognized an issue, but it does make you wonder about how fucked up her family life might be, because the girl needed a hug.
I mean, I think it's probably more likely that she faced a lot of shit at school, but also her family life couldn't have been that great if they just left firearms laying around. Like,
Facts.
that's irresponsible as fuck. I don't know how.
Facts.
Every time this happens, I'm like, okay, what piece of shit left their gun out?
Facts.
6th grade.
Myself.
6th grade.
I'm keeping my comments to myself.
6th grade. That's all I got for you. 6th grade. It's like, okay.
Well, if that's 6th grade, we're gonna move on. Listen, the COVID restrictions one. That one, it's on the list, but it's on my list. My bad. COVID restrictions are loosening, and I put this down today, but that's again my bad. I didn't put that down where I should have. But COVID restrictions are loosening. People are not required to wear masks. That's been a thing in Texas for a while, but now Walmart and Sam's are like, yeah, y'all ain't gotta wear nothing up in here if you are vaccinated and you can prove it. So here's where I'm getting at with this. Are they gonna start carding us now for vaccinations? Because I'm totally uncomfortable with this shit. I don't like
Papers,
people asking me
please.
about it. You said what?
Papers, please. That's the way that I see it.
What? So, how do y'all feel about these?
I ain't taking my mask off until we actually have a whole group of people, millions of them, that actually aren't nasty. So, y'all may see me with a mask on forever and a day after this, son. I don't play when it comes to situations like that. And I mean, they can have that. You know, they really can. I, for one, keep on wearing my mask. So that's my personal opinion on that one.
I feel like if I'm forced to be in a situation where I'm like super, super close to people, like going into a grocery store or on a plane or something, yeah, it just makes sense to. But if I'm like at a park or some shit, I'm walking down the street, I'm not gonna wear a mask. Maybe if I'm like approaching like elderly people, I might pop, because I usually wear it just around my neck. I might pop it on just to make them feel more comfortable. You can kind of read when people are looking at you sideways because you don't have your mask on, and I just make it a point to go out of my way and avoid them so that they can see that I'm socially distancing. But as far as relaxing shit goes, I'm looking to fly to New York here in a little while, and I don't know if I'm gonna need the vaccine to do it or how much they're gonna relax stuff.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable with needing a vaccine to do stuff. I don't like having to need a vaccine to go. Okay, if it's a different country, I can understand because they have their own, rules or regulations or whatnot. But if I'm trying to go to Florida, I don't want to have to get a vaccine. Now, as far as taking off my mask, I don't have an issue with wearing my mask. I have all intentions on keeping my mask on, but my issue is mask shaming. Just like you can see that people are uncomfortable with you without the mask, I can see people are completely uncomfortable with you with the mask. And I don't understand why so bothered. But that's my, listen, you want to wear it, wear it. You don't want to wear it, that's your business. As for me and my body, I'm going to keep it on until, I'm comfortable enough to take it off. But
I mean, even
kids.
after everybody's got the vaccine and shit, if I feel under the weather and I'm going out in public and I have to like go somewhere myself, I'm gonna wear the mask just because like I kind of like how Asian countries have always had that like philosophy that if you feel sick or if you're gonna be in a very crowded place, just pop that bitch on. SARS taught them that.
Which makes no sense that people here in this country can't seem to understand that.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Y'all know we're just a tiny bit different. Not even tiny. We're different than other countries because my personal opinion, a lot of us feel like we are privileged in certain areas. Like we ain't got to do that. We're American. What the fuck is you talking about? We don't have to wear no mask. What are you talking about? This is America.
Freedom.
I have the freedom to do whatever I want to do. And I think that is one of the things that makes us different than other countries because a lot of other countries can't really say that.
That means I got the freedom to wear my mask, right?
Right, exactly. You have the freedom to put it on. You got the freedom to walk around with it all. I mean, now you do got the freedom to walk around with it all. But there are a lot of businesses that are like, hey, don't come over here with that bullshit. You better put a mask on. Just saying.
All right, where to next? We're going to San Antonio?
We're going to San Antonio. We're going to sum up San Antonio and Houston in one run, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It sounds like the same. It sounds like a case that's interesting for both places.
Yeah, so San Antonio. Listen, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what y'all doing down there. South Texas was going down in South Texas. But anyway, San Antonio had 41 people in the back of a trailer truck. Human trafficking is what they're saying. Houston had not even halfway, like 90-something people in a house. Human trafficking.
It was like 106 or something.
Oh, it was 106?
Yeah, it was over 100 people in 2 rooms that had padlocked doors and bolted windows, so they couldn't get out.
Very akin to End of Watch, if you've seen that movie.
What is it? What movie?
It's very, very akin to End of Watch. They like accidentally find a house that's got a fuck ton of people inside of it, and it's like, yeah, I can't imagine what it would have been like to walk into there.
So it was there like literally no furniture or something? Because how do you get 50?
No frames, no walls. No, I don't know about in this case, but from what I saw in other reports, it looked like whenever neighbors would talk to people at that house, like the foyer area was complete, but there was always tarps up. That they just assumed that there was construction going on in the rest of the house.
Wow.
So I would doubt that there was even frames or anything, or like drywall or anything. It was probably just 2x4s holding the bitch up and people waiting to get blackmailed into sending more money for freedom.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that people were actually able to come into the house and see?
Yeah. Well, I think it was a police officer that had to investigate. Like it was like a welfare check.
Okay, I thought this was like a neighbor came in and saw.
No, they received a tip about a possible kidnapping.
Yeah, but whenever, like beforehand, the neighbors' accounts of the people in the house, when like the news interviewed them and was like, dude, did you have any idea that there was hundreds of people in there? They said that when they would like talk to them, just every once in a while, they'd go up to the door, and from what they could see into the house, like they'd open the door and talk to them. The stuff behind them just looked like finished, but there was tarps hanging over the doorway, so they just assumed construction.
Okay, Amy, you had just said something about there being people, or what did you say?
The police were called on a kidnapping.
Okay, so are they kidnapping people, or were these people human trafficking type?
So
the officer had to get a search warrant in order to go in, and that's how they found him.
Yeah, so the story is, from the way I read it, was that one of the family members of someone that was in that home was being bribed to give additional funding for their relative to come out of the house and or they'd be killed, basically. And that relative called the police in San Antonio to report a kidnapping, and it snowballed from there. And that's when they found the 100 people in the house, and that is how they came up with the human trafficking situation.
So were these people human trafficked, or were they all kidnapped?
No, that's what it is. They get bought over, and once they're here, the cartels or the coyotes will say, hey, look, now that you're here, we're just going to lock you in this fucking house. And if you want freedom, your family's going to either have to send us more money, or we'll kill you, or we'll kill somebody in Mexico until they send money. And it just becomes... A lot of times, like, this is rare that it was done in a house that I know of, but I've heard cases where they'll just take a semi-trailer and park it in Walmart, and for like weeks, these people will just be chilling. Oh, fuck yeah, it's common. Like,
it's real common.
El Paso, Houston. Every summer, they'll find a trailer with fucking 40 people, 50 people, all either right about to die or dead.
Because wasn't it last summer that they found a container full of women? I think it was last summer they found like a shipping container that had over 30, 35 women and young girls in it. And they were malnourished and not fed and everything like that. Barely had any air. They had like one little hole in the container. I can't remember how they
throw a bag of cuties in the trailer and then shut it and say, all right, we'll see you in America.
I don't remember how they found it, but I know they found it, and it was horrible because they were literally living in those conditions. I think they did find one person that had passed away in there. But yeah, this is like an every summer thing. So the family member called it in as a kidnapping because that's the way they had to call it in, and that's when they discovered the human trafficking portion of it at that point.
Imagine being the officer that
go ahead.
No, the actual police, the assistant police chief that's been handling this, it's not a trafficking thing, it's more of a smuggling thing, because what's the difference?
Yeah
Smuggling involves the provision of a service, whereas human trafficking involves exploiting those for forced labor or commercial sexual exploitation.
Okay. So
I mean, either way, it's fucked up.
yeah, basically. And to bring us back around to the San Antonio one, like Chris was saying that the ladies were found in a trailer. These people were found in a trailer because I think someone said they saw a hand hanging out the back of the trailer, or kind of like sticking out the back of the trailer, and they called it while they were on the freeway and was like, yo, can somebody stop this trailer, because I feel like somebody's back there. I remember this story because when they opened the trailer, everybody scattered and they just took off. And I think they were only able to round up 41 people plus the driver. And I think there's like a lot of other people that just burnt off because the trailer door opened and they just scattered. But this shit is unbelievable. I mean, it's not unbelievable because it happens, but it's like, damn. That is a good question as to how that big ass trailer was able to roll down San Antonio and not being checked by Border Patrol or whatnot. Medical news. So, Pfizer vaccine has been approved for kids 12 and up.
Which one was the one that was coming off in people's arms?
What?
There was a vaccine that was like after an injection, for some reason, like after administration, the syringe tip would come off.
Oh no. No.
Let me find that before.
Okay, so you find that and I'll go ahead with Pfizer. So Pfizer is approving the kids, has been approved for kids 12 and up in order to help get people vaccinated and get to the herd numbers. I'm not sure the technical term for the herd numbers, but the herd numbers. My kids don't like to get like regular vaccines, so they're gonna look at me like, I know you lied if I try to get them a Pfizer vaccine. So it's probably, it's gonna be a no for me. No, dead ass. It's a no for me.
No
It's up to Brittany.
for your kids?
You said what?
You said no vaccines whatsoever for your kids, you said?
No. Now I will say this: my oldest, she's 18. She got it. She got her own vaccine. That's what she wanted to do. Okay, I'll just drop you up there, but don't ask me to come with you because I ain't doing it. But she did get her vaccine. I'll let that be her choice. But as for the other ones who are not of legal age, it's gonna be a no for us though.
Brittany is not of legal age, however, it is still her choice. And she looked at a doctor who tried to convince her and said, yeah, no, I'll pass.
You know what? I've sat, not purposely, but I've sat at Walgreens pharmacy and literally listened to a doctor try to convince another person to do it. And I'm just like, are y'all, and it's not a doctor, a pharmacist, my bad. Are there hidden incentives for you guys too? Because you're like really pushing this. And I have a question. They say that if we hit the herd numbers, we'll be okay, right? Which is like what, 80-90% of the population vaccinated or something like that. Do y'all think they're gonna tell us when we actually hit the herd numbers?
I don't think they'll know.
I don't think so either. So here's my question, Chris. What do you think? If Dave said, yo, I want the vaccine, is Dave getting the vaccine or not?
That probably would not be
He ain't gonna say that.
Something he'd say, because for some odd reason, all three of my kids do not like shots at all whatsoever, period, point blank. If anything involving a needle, they do it like, no.
Right. It's not an odd reason. I totally understand. I feel them.
They are good. They like, no, I'm good.
Because actually, I think we worry about intravenous drug use.
Right. I think we had that conversation actually a couple of days ago when I picked him up from work. He was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't do needles. I'm good. I'm sure.
Thanks, Dad.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Whatever makes you happy there, son. Just, let me know what you want to do. Make an informed decision and, come back to me. We'll talk about it.
I think if you've weighed your options and you're not making it your decision based on I'm just not doing it, then you ought to be able to go on about your life without the ridicule.
I mean, I feel like if you want to do it, then do it. By all means, do it. I'm not the one who's I'm not going to sit up here and shame you for wearing a mask. I'm not going to shame you for not wearing a mask. I'm not going to shame you for getting or not getting the vaccine. If that's what you want to do, by all means, do you. That's your body. Do you. However, don't come to me with the bullshit because I'm not doing it. It's just me. Yeah, I'm just not doing it.
I'll see how long I can go.
Yeah, totally understood. Totally understood.
I think that I probably already had it, honestly, and
I think a lot of people think they've already had COVID. And
my mom tested negative for it, but positive for the antibodies, and she doesn't
understand how that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had 2 tests because the first one came up inconclusive, and I'm like, yo, I rammed that thing up my nose. How is this? How do you not know? You guys just needed a little extra more DNA. Got it. Anyway, neither here nor there. Y'all know me.
Right.
So I would like to go ahead and give a warning, give a trigger warning to our listeners, because the next couple of topics are going to be trigger warning-ish. Yeah. So first topic we'll start with is called the Heartbeat Bill. It is in Texas. I don't believe it's something going on in Texas where the Heartbeat Bill prohibits Texas abortions as early as 6 weeks. The bill takes effect in September. Texas is very red, and with the red, a lot of pro-life.
Which is really funny for a lot of people that are very pro-gun.
There's that.
And pro-death penalty.
How you gonna tell a woman what to do with her body? How you gonna tell
Yeah,
her?
I was gonna say with this whole topic, I'm just gonna let
is
poor
this
Amy
is this a thing? Like, why is this a thing? Why is
this has always been a thing?
Why
This
is
has always been a thing where
why-
someone always felt that they were better enough than you and higher enough than you on a food chain to tell you what the fuck you gotta do with your body, which is so fucking weird to me, because there's so many people out here who are like, I'm not wearing a mask, but you better not get abortion. The fuck?
What happened to the separation? What happened to the separation of church and state? And I'm gonna leave it at that.
So Brittany posted on her Facebook the other day, and I love the child to death, and she admitted she thought it was funny, which is why she posted it. She didn't truly understand it. And the post read, if women can't have abortions, then the government needs to stop wasting $85 million prescribing Viagra for broken dick. God broke your dick. Consequences of life. Broken dicks is the natural way of life, just like babies. No abortions for women. No fix a broken dick pill for men.
That's like a mic drop moment right there. We can move the fuck on after that. Ain't shit else to say after that. Nothing else to say.
Well, that's the Heartbeat Bill.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for taking the women's, what is it called? The women's movement back, like 18 steps. Good job, Texas.
Nothing like men who just get to step in and get it wet and walk away to decide what a woman can do for the rest of her life.
Possibly get it wet. Debatable. Anyway.
I was about to say, they ain't one of them in a wheelchair. Moving right along.
Moving right along. Politicking. We are in there. Woo! Not that we haven't already started with the Heartbeat Bill, but politicking. We are going to talk about HB 1927. HB 1927. I don't know if this is the official name of it. I don't think it is, but it's called constitutional carry. This would eliminate the requirement for Texas residents to have a license to carry if not barred by state or federal law. So I believe if you are a felon, you cannot partake in the constitutional carry. So basically you can carry a gun without a license. And I literally have heard like most people be not for this, especially police officers. And it baffles me how you guys, government, didn't listen to the police officer, like, because they have a point. Now they ass is really out there now, because it's like,
never mind, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
How are y'all feeling about this? Are y'all good with it? I mean,
yeah, I'm for it, but I think that it probably would have been a good idea to maybe, I don't know how you go about testing it out. There needs to be some stipulations to it. Like, I like the stipulation that it has to be in a holster. I think that you should have to obviously carry like your ID on you and be willing to present it to anybody that, or to any officer, uniformed officer that asks for it. I don't know. I don't really have any problems with it.
Okay, now keep in mind we're not the only state that does this. I think there's like 20 other states who does
this.
Yeah,
I think it's like 14 others.
Yeah. So we're not the only state that does this, but it just, oh man, listen. Oh,
all you
Chris
did was give felons the right to do whatever the hell they were already doing.
No, felons aren't allowed. According to felons can't.
Felons aren't allowed. People under 21 are allowed to possess handguns. They haven't made it to where anybody can have a gun. They just made it to where if you can legally own a firearm already, you can carry it on you in a holster in public without needing a license. You still can't take it to a federal building. You can't take it to a bar or restaurant that makes more than 50% of its sales on alcohol. You can't take it to any medical building, hospital, like daycare, school. Like, it's anywhere there's a 30-06 sign posted, you still can't carry. It's not like they just made it to where anybody can carry a gun anywhere they want. It's just if you can legally carry a firearm.
HB 3937. What you got?
Okay, HB 3937 is limiting critical race theories in school. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because this is like, okay, basically, we don't want to teach everything about race situations. There's something, Project 1619, I think it's called. That's something that they really zeroed in on, and I'm not really sure what Project 1619 is, so I can't really say anything behind it. But limiting critical race theories in school. Now, here's the thing. That's what HB 3979 is saying in Texas. Y'all keep in mind that in Arkansas, Iowa, Mississippi, Missouri, and South Dakota, they have, they're trying to pass into law where slavery can no longer be taught in school. So
critical race theory critical race theory is not to be taught in school. However,
limiting, not necessarily taking it out completely, just limiting exactly what is being taught. Limiting how.
So basically, rewriting history, because that's literally what you're doing. You're rewriting.
You're framing, that's what they're doing.
You're framing history in a way where
that's what they're doing. What they're doing.
They're basically whitewashing history to where they want it to be. Versus Project 1619. Yeah, Project 1619 is just, it's not as bad as people think it is. It's literally the story of the beginning of slavery to the end of slavery. We can't seem to understand that. It didn't happen?
Well, here's the thing. I did a little bit of research and did a little more research and did a little bit of research. And according to a source, slavery, the limiting of slavery in Arkansas, Iowa, Mississippi, Missouri, and South Dakota is because the white kids are uncomfortable.
No, the poor little snowflakes are uncomfortable with learning the truth.
This was literally the reason that they're uncomfortable. And not to be funny or whatnot, but have you ever tried being a black kid learning about slavery in school?
Bingo.
Have you ever had slavery being taught to you by a white person with a group of white people in school, and you're like the only black person in class? Because talk about uncomfortable. I've had that 2 years in a row in high school, mind you.
Try going about it in college.
That's
I had it 1 year in college, and it was just like
unbelievable. Talk about uncomfortable. Like,
well, see, what we do is we erase history and make it what we want, so that when we repeat it, we have nothing to fall back on to say, hey, we've been here, done this before.
And there you go. Because I'm like, damn, if you don't teach this in school, if everybody decided that we're not going to teach this anymore in school, then by the time my 2-year-old kids get to school, it's non-existent, and it leaves open for history to repeat itself.
And that's the thing that people are trying to avoid, is that they're trying to avoid the entire
repeating.
Yeah.
Like they fail to remember the very crucial quote. Those who fail to remember history are doomed to repeat it.
So at the very end of the day, you might be mad that you're finally having to face the facts that this country is fucked up, but this country is fucked up.
The guy...
Live with it, deal with it. There are racial issues between races. There are religious issues between religion. Everybody doesn't get along. This is not happy sunshine hour in this fucking country. It's not. It's really not. And no matter how many laws you pass to make it a happy sunshine country, it's not going to be a happy sunshine country.
Well, the guy who introduced the legislation says that it's about teaching racial harmony by telling the truth, that we are all equal, both in God's eyes and our founding documents.
Bullshit, because our founding documents said that we were equal, and we still were fucking slaves for hundreds of years after that fucking document.
Founding documents, okay.
The founding documents that had to be amended to give you that equality.
Amended to give you the right to vote. Amended to give you a right to live.
Here's something I was thinking about earlier. The founding fathers, writers of those documents, did not even recognize Irish people as being equal.
Amen.
Okay? The British bred born descendants who wrote this document would not even regard Irish as on their level, which is how Irish slavery, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing. But Irish people wasn't even considered.
Oh, let's take it even worse. These same people that wrote this documentation, their descendants years later had Chinese slaves here in this country. Not only did they have Chinese slaves,
Japanese.
They also in the Japanese put them in internment camps during World War II. But you're gonna tell me that we don't want to teach fucking history. We
want land from the people who were already here.
Basically, and that's the underlying fucking truth.
How'd that work out for Oklahoma? Because Oklahoma,
an entire country. You stole an entire fucking country. Now, let's not talk about the millions of people that you stole from another fucking country to bring over here because your lazy ass didn't want to pick the motherfucking cotton. Your motherfucking ass stole a motherfucking country from a whole group of motherfucking people.
Well, we just need to talk about the Boston Tea Party.
And
we just need to talk about the Mayflowers, and that's it. That's it.
Bullshit ass lie about Christopher Columbus.
And that's it.
Yeah,
I'm like, how do you try to erase history? And the thing is that they're trying to slide it in so smoothly because whether anybody wants to admit it or not, the Xennials, the beginning of the millennials, and the Xennials are the last of the Mohicans. After this, the generations go to shit. And it is what it is. Sorry, Gen Z. Sorry, Gen Alpha. Sorry, the other half, the end half of the millennials. It goes to shit. That's why there's so many people that are so sensitive and so touchy, and so many people want to get rid of this and you want to get rid of that. After us, we are the last of the Mohicans. If we do not take up and defend this now, then by the time our grandkids get to come, this is what you live in here for. America who? What? This place is going to be
land. It's become the land of, I'm offended that you're offended, that I'm offended by something offensive that happened that offended me.
And the thing about it is that, why are you offended? Because it's true. It happened. This is shit we need to learn about so you know what to do in the future to not be offended, to make sure this doesn't happen again. But let's just take it out the history books and pretend like it never happened. Let's do that. Because guess what? We have so much tension in this country. Sorry, it's been here since day one. Y'all just decide y'all want to go ahead and recognize it now. But we've been having tension, bro.
You took a whole fucking country from a whole group of people that was already in the fucking country. There's been tension since you stepped foot on this fucking land.
And then gave them tiny little plots and said, we knew you had all of this, but now you get this. How'd that work out for Oklahoma? How'd that work out for Oklahoma, who lost half their state?
HB 3979. Reconsider. Like, listen, if y'all are not going to like pay for everything inside of a classroom for that teacher, I don't think you should be able to tell the teacher what she can and can't, or they can and cannot teach.
Teachers are allowed to teach? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Why are you making jumps like that? Teachers are allowed to teach? Because all the teachers I've talked to that actually give a crap and got into teaching to teach are told, we don't get to teach the way we want to. We don't get to teach the way we were taught. We're taught, or we're told, to teach them how to pass the state mandated test.
And there you have it. That's one of the things there. That's, what do you call that? Bullshit. But neither here nor there. I just don't feel like that's like a thing. I don't feel like you need to tell. We don't want you to learn about this part of history. Just learn about this part. Forget that other part. Don't do that.
I think there's a lot of interesting facts about Christopher Columbus that people really should know that they just are going to gloss over.
Those are the facts that have already been whitewashed anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know about the whole gold thing until like fucking 2-3 years ago, talking about how fucked up he was, and I was like, damn, really? And I looked into it. It's like, he was a real piece of shit, that guy.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like a lot of the quote founding fathers were probably on that list. It's just some are shittier than others.
I've always liked the Key and Peele skit with the Ancestry.com thing where they're like, everybody starts saying their last names. I found out I was related to Thomas Jefferson. Like, that's fucked up, but probably true.
It is. There's Google it. They had a family reunion, like, I guess about 7-8 years ago at the Washington Monument. It was a family reunion at the Washington Monument, and Jefferson was a hoe. So anyway, we're going to continue. It's a lot of people. He got a lot of descendants. So the last little one we're going to touch and go on this one because we have decided to not stay long on this one. I'm going to say my piece, and if y'all have pieces, that you can speak them. If not, we'll move along. Israel and Palestine are doing some shit, and do your research because this shit is fucked up and it's
fucked up. It's fucked up.
Okay.
Listen, that entire situation is fucked up. My heart goes out to everybody.
Losing houses.
Every civilian that is affected by it because it's just incredibly dumb. It's incredibly asinine, and I suggest everyone do their own research into the background history of this conflict. I would advise that if you just take a minute, go down that rabbit hole, but make sure you do your research because it's so much that goes behind that it's just all of it is dumb. And I feel for the people there.
It's horrible in a biblical sense. That's where I went with mine. I went down that hole, and that hole go deep. So I'm gonna back up off of it. Yeah. So
it's one of those things where like it's so hard to wrap up quickly, because like in order to really have an idea, you have to study it. And if you study it for an hour, it's like, well, Israel has a point. Then if you study it for like 12 hours, then Palestine has a point. Then anything after that, and you're just like, fuck, man.
You know what?
I have no idea.
Not even being funny, but let me go ahead and throw it out here. It kind of puts me in the mind of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, yeah.
And there we have it, folks, our daily dose of Marvel.
So you guys go watch the first season of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and you can really catch on to what is going on in that country.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your word for it.
I'm sure it's exactly like what's going on.
I'm telling you, it correlates very much. You guys, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Disney Plus, MCU.
You knew she was gonna throw Marvel in there somewhere.
And speaking of Marvel, we're now in our pop culture. So let me go ahead and throw my other little Marvel tidbit out there. Loki is coming out. Just a few weeks. Loki was set to drop on June 9th, which is a Friday, but they was like, nah, guess what, we got something for you. So it's coming out on Wednesday, which is like June 4th, something like that. But it's coming out that Wednesday instead of that Friday. Loki, Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki, is actually the executive producer on this show. It's gonna be awesome, and I can't wait.
June 9th is a Wednesday.
Okay, so it was set to come out that Friday then.
Okay, so June 9th.
But now it's coming out on June 9th, Wednesday. Loki, gonna be banging. Oh, what is his name? Owen Wilson? He's in it too. Just in case y'all like him. I don't know. Y'all don't like Owen?
Wow.
The hell?
What? I hate having his nose. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, his nose bothers me a little bit.
That's the only thing that me and him share in common.
So that's an issue. But Owen, y'all don't like. Anyway, Loki, there you have it. Oh, more pop culture news. Men's engagement rings are obviously becoming a popular thing. I did not know this. I'm nowhere close to being engaged and or giving a man a ring. But fellas, how do y'all feel about having a men's engagement ring? Oh, by the way, Tiffany is making their own line. Tiffany. So how y'all feel about somebody coming up to you with the little blue box engagement ring?
I did.
Oh, okay. Contain your excitement.
Why?
Like I'm confused. Why?
Because
why?
I think it's because that a lot of gay men are getting engaged. They need their own engagement ring. A lot of
women who were tired of waiting for a man to shit or get off the pot.
That's my other thing. A lot of women are starting to propose. Why not having, what's the dude name from The Bachelor? Chris, something with an H. The Bachelor host, or not the host anymore, but he was the host or something.
Chris Hansen.
He has his own line of engagement ring.
Wait, I was joking. The dude.
Not Chris Hansen. That's.
I was gonna say that.
Chris Hansen walk into your house.
I would buy the
Not
shit.
that guy.
You might want to go.
Not him.
Up, you know what I'm saying?
Not him. The
just
other guy.
Harvested by pedophiles specifically.
Go ahead and wrap it up, you know what I'm saying? Just don't even have a conversation with the dude.
I gotta tell you, as a chick, these men engagement rings, I'm down for these because these are so much more my style.
Oh, well, you like them for yourself is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Harrison. His name is Harrison, Chris Harrison, by the way. Anyway, go on. But he has his own line of engagement rings.
Like, I'm looking at K Jewelers lineup here, and
so
I got to tell you.
So here's what we're gonna say. So I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. So I was engaged, and when I was engaged, I gave him 3 rings. 3. The first one was
in the
too.
entire hell.
The first one was too big, and he went and took it back. The second one he lost, and the third one he lost, but I actually have. So I did give him, and it was like it wasn't me. I didn't propose to him like, here's the ring, but it was like, hey, I need all these people to know you with somebody. So I gave him a ring that obviously he never wore because Chris never saw it. So
not in there. I
was about to feel like a real asshole if you proposed to him, and my answer was just like, fucking sell that bitch for a vacation. But yeah, no, that
he took the ring back. I mean, that should have been my clue because that was the first ring. He took it back and got the money back for it. So that should have been my first clue. But
I'm sorry. What?
There's that.
What?
He turned it in for the cut.
He did what?
Yeah. He took it back and got the money. He said he was like, "Oh, it's too big." Okay, so I thought he was getting it sized, and he got the money back. And he was like, "Well, you gave it to me as a Christmas present, so I thought I could do whatever with my Christmas presents." So.
Remember when a while back we had a whole podcast and we were talking about red flags. Like this mofo took it out, waved it in your face, put some red paint on it, slapped you in the face with it.
That was
okay.
That was about 10 years ago. So
we appreciate the fact that you're no longer in that situation.
I am no longer in that situation. So
you know what? I'm not gonna ask the question that's on the tip of my tongue. There's only one reason to be that stupid. Was it that damn good?
It was
I was gonna say he must have had the Mandingo dick.
It wasn't that.
There was no.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Man. I love you, but we're just gonna move on. What's this new
Did you
trend?
find these people in jail? Like where?
Tora, what's this new trend?
Yeah, she found that motherfucker in jail. All right. That particular motherfucker was that motherfucker. Mm-hmm.
Look, Tora, I love you enough that we're gonna take the bus, we're gonna back it up, we're gonna lock it behind the gate. Because you're gonna continually run yourself over with it, and the rest of us are gonna do the same. But I love you enough to save you.
Because you know I can't.
You live and you learn and you grow and you're like, damn, I dodged a bullet.
But you didn't learn.
I did learn, or else I'd be married to him.
No, you didn't learn. Because you gave this fool 2 more rings.
I did. But then but I'm not married to him, so there's that.
Moving
right along.
Yeah, it was an expensive lesson too, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. Trust me, y'all don't even know. It was real expensive, baby. Anyway.
See.
If my co-hosts would so politely check their chat messages, then you will know exactly where I'm going with this next topic. And the next topic is called the Marry a Black Girl Trend. Now, before we get into the Marry a Black Girl Trend, I want you guys to look at the video I have sent.
Pause for radio silence.
Or just a pause period.
Is this a real trend?
It is. Actually, I've actually seen a few different people. Like, I saw it last month, but I was like, this is not something to talk about. But then I see it again popping up on my timeline, and I'm like, oh no. Especially the guys respond. Oh, that was warranted. Everybody needs to see that. I like him. I like him a lot.
I will find his page and direct it to you.
Thank you very much. The trend is called Marry a Black Girl or
Go Blind.
And it's always it's always something stupid. And in this case, it was Marry a Girl, Black Girl, or Go Blind. Sis must have been blind to be with you. Because if y'all saw what I saw, then I don't know how he pulled her. Is all I'm saying. Because the face, what old boy said, a Chipotle bag, a whole fucking Chipotle bag, a Chipotle bag. And the thing is that the only thing that aggravates me about this quote trend is the fact that if you want to be with a Mexican or white or Asian or black, then do that. But there's no need to diss the other people because you prefer this certain thing, this certain person. That's the only thing that gets me. Marry a black girl or Go Blind. All the while Beyonce is the one singing the song in the background. What a fucking clown. What a clown. And the fact that as I don't know what the boy name is, Amy don't find out the dude name. But the fact that the dude was like, they not checking for you. Facts. Who? What? Listen, man, he had a tattoo of a Band-Aid on his nose. Does that scream potential husband? Because it doesn't to me.
Where can I get me one of those?
Where? Listen, it'd be all right if you had Lil Wayne money, but you ain't got Lil Wayne money. You can't do the shit Lil Wayne do if you ain't got the coins to back it up, my guy. The fact that, oh my gosh, listen, it's a trend for some people. He made himself look like an idiot. I went through some of the comments that he said that he had got shot at after he made this. He got shot at after he made this TikTok, and I was like, I bet you I know the girl who did it. It's stupid, and it's very sad because I do not really recall other races doing that. Like, there might be a few out there, but not often. I've never heard an Asian dude say, "Oh no, I don't mess with Asian women. I would rather have me a white girl. I'd rather have me a black girl than mess with an Asian woman." I've never heard that before. But leave it to an ignorant ass black dude like this to do that. That's so utterly distasteful. And I guess that's all I got to say about it. What you guys got? Listen, first of all, let me ask y'all this. Did y'all see the Band-Aid on his nose or not?
Look.
It's a tattoo of a Band-Aid.
After I saw that dude look like an Etch-a-Sketch and he's out here talking about marry or go blind, sweetheart, everybody is hoping like hell you were blind when you turned your upper torso and your face into an Etch-a-Sketch.
I feel bad for black women as a whole because you guys have to go through this. You shouldn't have to. There shouldn't be, marry a black girl challenge and, date a black girl challenge and none of that, because it shouldn't be. Like, it literally shouldn't be. And this is sad to me. Every time I see the challenge, every time I see the stuff come across my platform, I'm just like, this is sad because there's so many beautiful women out there, and you concerned with actually telling people that you don't want to be in a relationship with them. Great, because 9 times out of 10, they probably don't want to be in a relationship with you either, Mr. Tattoo Face.
Hello.
Just saying.
Hello. But I was just like, I guess what did it for me was like, why? What's the point in it? Why is this a thing? Okay, so you prefer is that what it is? Because now he looks like now he looks like a whole fucking Chipotle bag. There's no edgy there. There's nothing but stupidity.
Nothing. Just dumbassery.
Just dumbassery. I like that one. Dumbassery. I like that one. So yeah, there's the marry a black girl trend. That's as stupid to me as the white people smell like mayo thing that lady had. What the fuck is going on? Everybody can't have social media. Period. Well, everybody is not invited.
Can we stop judging? Like, okay, I acknowledge that we're all different colors, but can we stop using the color of our skin as a way to categorize and do this and do that? Do you know there there are people in other countries who are surprised to find out that our applications ask for your race?
I fuck with them. Like, whenever they ask for my race and stuff on applications, I always identify something that's not myself.
Look, other.
No, I go full on with it. Today I identify as a black transgender female. It's 8, so.
Wow. They're like, oh God, what do we do with this? But so we'll go to the next one, which is canceling Snow White. Chihuahuas. So somebody else is on the chopping block. Who was it at first?
Well, we had Pepe
Le Pew.
Who was it before Pepe though? It was somebody before Pepe. I can't remember.
And then we had Speedy.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss. Yeah, there you go. It was Dr. Seuss. So now, Snow White. Canceling Snow White.
Because true love's first kiss was not consensual.
Oh my
God.
I'm
curious how many of these people know the true stories behind their fabled Disney tales.
Because they wouldn't be canceling nothing. They'd be happy that they got the Disney ones instead of the Grimm ones. But
like, if they were never ever presented the Disney cleaned up, let's make it pretty and rainbows and birds singing and mice talking versions of these fairy tales, they would be scarred for life.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Because some of this stuff, this is Gen Z. Some of this stuff.
I'm just wondering what's gonna be left. Like, TV's gonna suck in 20 years. You know it is. Like,
well, that's because we have we have an entire group of snowflakes who are deciding what's best for everyone, because they need special timeout times because it's too much and I just can't take that Johnny doesn't like me.
As much as I know that Cops was a fucked up show, probably, I really did enjoy watching it. And like that was whenever they canceled that shit, that's when I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna go downhill from here. And next thing you know, they start canceling shit left and right.
Well, to continue on our millennial Gen Z bashing, the fuck is wrong with y'all? How I have never in my life been called geriatric.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my
cane. Motherfucking atric.
I'm gonna go get my cane and my walker, and I'm gonna chase him down the sidewalk, and I'm gonna beat the ever-loving crap out of him. And don't let me forget my old lady part.
Geriatric. So this is what we're getting at for our listeners. From 1980 to 1985 are what people, millennials, Gen Zs, are calling geriatric millennial. Bitch, I'm not even 40 yet. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right? I still got a whole nother month.
What in the entire hell are you talking about? Geriatric? Do you know what a geriatric face? First of all, the audacity of you to ever geriatric. Yo, mama is geriatric. How about that shit? Oh, but 9 times out of 10, she's probably my age, though, right?
Get
Geriatric millennials. Literally, they just took Xennials and called us geriatric, because that is literally almost a few, like I think 1 year after and one like 2 years before is considered Xennials. So they literally, if I'm geriatric, then Chris, what is you?
Well,
he would be decrepit.
Right. First and foremost, because I'm Gen X. Yeah, I'm old.
He's decrepit. He's 1 foot in the grave.
I'm way past geriatric over here, being a Gen X.
Geriatric.
Like literally, I saw that.
Geriatric millennial.
When I saw that when it first popped up, I saw it on Twitter, and of course, Black Twitter had a field day with it. But I saw it, and I was like, I immediately thought of our show, and I'm like, everybody that was born in those years are Xennials, but I don't think any of them are geriatric at all whatsoever. Period.
Not when we can still go much lower than these millennials. Drop it low. How low can you drop it?
I can drop it. But I might not get back up. Right. I'm just saying. Body don't work like it used to.
I'm gonna get back up.
I'm just damn it.
According to this, Beyonce is geriatric.
Geriatric. But your daddy's still choosing though. With my geriatric ass. How about that?
Wow.
How about that?
Right? Your daddy was in my DMs, and so was your boyfriend.
And your boyfriend.
Your
daddy and your boyfriend. How about that? But I'm geriatric though. Me and my geriatric ass.
Right.
Hey, you so right. Anyway, moving right along. Legos releases the Everybody's Awesome collection featuring LGBTQ colors and a black and brown Lego. And these are just straight color Legos. They're not like people. They're just colors. It's like a little rainbow of Legos. So here's my thing. They're doing it just in time for Pride Month, which is next month. No one here on the panel is necessarily in that community, but we do know. So speaking from outsiders of the community, of the LGBTQ community, do y'all think they doing a little much? And the reason I'm asking this, listen, I spoke with someone very close to me who is part of that community. And they were like, we ain't asked for this. I don't know what Lego is doing, but we ain't asked for this. I guess thank you, but we ain't asked. So are they trying to connect with that community, or are they just trying to make a buck? We just trying to sell some shit. June, it's dropping just in time for Pride Month. So
in this day and age, it probably wouldn't be surprising if somebody in the office did pipe up and say, hey, you know what? Pride Month is coming up. We make colorful bricks. How the fuck have we not done this yet? And
yeah, like, exactly.
Some of it's a money grab, but then some of it might be, and Lego does seem kind of like the type of company that if they're doing it, I feel like it probably is in good faith. Although I can see how people would think that they're pandering to them.
To sum this up, this Lego set is very interesting.
It is very interesting.
Cool. There are definitely some hair choices that are suspect. Some bouffants over there, some bowl cuts.
Baby, that is a queen right there. That is a drag queen right there. I'm telling you, with that bouffant What is you talking about? You know she's about to get on
know.
stage and sing a motherfucking Diana Ross song with her from her
And
spirit.
kill it. And
From
kill
her
it.
The sad
and kill
thing
it
is-
from her. So there's that. Long story short, people, they got some colorful Legos. There you go. Legos. You just made money off of us. Anyway, next topic. The Friends reunion. So Friends had a reunion this past week. I liked it better when the show was called Living Single, but y'all do y'all. What y'all got?
I didn't see it.
I didn't watch it. I didn't care to watch it. I'm glad
haven't-
for them, and that's all I got for them. So I'm happy that they did their reunion show. God bless them. And
Seriously, like this is something that
We're gonna
people
The
been
move on.
asking
reunion
for,
show
so I
has
guess
not
that was good.
aired yet. The reunion show has not aired yet. Doesn't air until the 27th.
Oh, there is some controversy, quote unquote controversy, because everybody says Matthew Perry looks like he's totally depressed and he was drunk and something in the middle of the reunion. But other than that,
Matthew Perry is essentially the definition of washed up one-hit wonder.
maybe that's why he was crying.
He's a little of a role, for a short time there. He's kind of like an updated version of Grumpy Old Men. Didn't fare too well because essentially at the end of the day, he's a grumpy, drunk, washed up has-been. He was I don't know how it was possible to make Ross any less lame on Friends. Okay, I don't know
See,
how
that
it was possible.
motherfucker made it
to make him-
embarrassing to be white.
He really did.
No.
But
Oh.
God damn, he is fucking destroyed.
Matthew Perry was a one-hit wonder. His claim to fame was Friends. He was the most boring, if you had to pick between Ross and Chandler on who was the most deadpan and boring, honestly,
The guy with the
was
dinosaurs was better.
it was Matthew Perry. I mean,
Oh,
at least
my
Ross
God.
had a good storyline. Okay, Ross was married, he had a kid, he got divorced, his wife ended up being a lesbian, he hooked up with Rachel, he wasn't with Rachel, he was with Rachel, he wasn't with Rachel, he got Rachel pregnant, they so forth. Matthew Perry was, I effed my best friend's sister and married her after I
nice.
got rid of the crazy Jersey chick.
Oh.
He is like,
This is
he's like, he is what the Jersey Shore will be in about 10 years.
I just thought I'd bring this up because it's pop culture and people like Friends and I like living single, there's that. Moving right along. Hollyweird. Let's get into it since we're already there. Let's just pitch a tent. Olympia Dukakis passed away at age 89 earlier this month on the 1st. Now listen, I love Olympia and Steel Magnolias. That was my shit. Period. That's it. That's all I got. I like Olympia as an actress, but Steel Magnolias and Look Who's Talking movie. That's why I love her.
Oh
Who did she
no,
play
I
in
just
Look Who's
realized.
She was Kirstie Alley's mom. Kirstie Alley's mom? Yeah, she was her
Oh,
mom.
okay,
Her
okay,
mom,
okay,
yeah.
Yeah, Rosie.
That's where I like Olympia Dukakis. That's yeah. She was awesome. I liked her in those movies, especially Steel Magnolias. She was the funniest shit. Listen, if I had old lady friends and they don't act like that, between them and the Golden Girls, and I got old lady friends and they don't act like them or the Golden Girls, I ain't got no friends. I ain't got none. That's what I aspire to.
I got you, Tora.
That's what I aspire. Also, who that passed away? Eric McClure passed away at age 43 on the 2nd. Eric McClure he was a NASCAR driver, but I think he became an owner or something like that. And I believe he got divorced. He had little kids too. 43, he was super young, so he had little kids.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what it was from. I want to say some kind of heart failure, but I'm not quite for sure. And last but not least, and oh my gosh, the one that just pains me, Paul Mooney.
Dude.
Paul Mooney passed at 79 on the 19th of this month, and
Ask a Black Dude was by far
There
one
you
of
go.
my favorite skits on television. White people love Wayne Brady because they make Bryant Gumbel look like Malcolm X. That motherfucker was hilarious and that was sad.
yeah, Paul
He worked
Mooney.
Freaking Richard Pryor, he worked with all sorts of different comedians, and he was definitely a comedy legend. And it sucks that
He was
passed
a
away.
legend.
He
A
would
legend.
bring blatant anger that Black people felt and use it in a comedic way.
And
it
it's
was
hilarious.
you could get yelled at, but you could be like, "Damn, dude, I see your point." Like when Chris is going off about like Christopher Columbus, and I'm just like, "Dude, I know, I'm sorry, I know, like, my bad." But You know, that's how it is. Somebody has to say it, and he knew how to.
If no one has ever seen anything from Paul Mooney, I think he has a stand-up on Netflix. I want to say I saw it on Netflix.
Know Your History by Paul Mooney. It came out in 2007. It was after he got done with the Chappelle Show.
And if you want to really check out some Paul Mooney, Chappelle's Show is a great place to do it with Negro Damas.
And he did a sketch comedy show with Richard Pryor, the Richard Pryor Show.
Now here's the thing.
I didn't want to do Chappelle Show.
I love Paul Mooney, legend.
Yeah, Paul was a legend. Paul breaks my heart. I mean, he's actually the last of the Mohicans of that particular generation of comics.
You know what?
He's literally the last, and that hurts.
Yes, yeah, because it was Richard, him, Red Fox, Robin Harris. Damn, he was the last of the Mohicans. He's
literally the last of the Mohicans of that bunch of guys. And
it irks me, it kills me to know that Paul Mooney and Charlie Murphy are both dead. That was the whole Chappelle Show right there.
Breaks my
that
heart
was the whole Chappelle Show.
We got Tron.
We still got Tron. And we still got the ashy black dude. What's his name?
I can't ever remember his name, but he's been everywhere. He's that boy everywhere.
Yes. The I'm rich bitch dude. We still got him.
We still got him.
That's what I thought I was talking about. No, he was on Chappelle's Show.
His name. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know who you're talking about. Yes.
But Charlie and Paul, damn.
First it was the rappers, now it's the comedians. Who we got left?
Man, somebody check on Betty White. Somebody check on Betty. Betty is good.
How is she still alive? I think, man,
Elixir.
She must have found the fountain of youth. She's drinking
sex,
children's blood or something.
Sex, drugs, and not giving a shit.
Oh, I thought it was whiskey.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
whiskey
she's
too.
Railing
that's
8
actually
gram lines off of.
Those are her. Look.
Those are her words. Yeah, that she said that. Somebody asked her what's her secret of life, and that's what she said. Betty is somebody go check on Betty.
Yeah, somebody check on Betty.
Yeah, Donnell, yes, Donnell Rollins.
Donnell, there you go.
Yeah, that dude, that boy been around forever and been everywhere.
Oh, he has his own lotion. He started his own lotion company.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I heard about it. I can't, but I do think I've heard about it. Yeah.
What was his name on the Real World skit? Was he having sex with the boy's girlfriend or something? Everybody was having sex with.
Yeah, that skit.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Real World skit.
Yeah. Look, man, we can't go down that rabbit hole. We can't go down.
Okay, I'm calming down.
We'll be there forever on that one. That was
all I know is we just got to, if we can keep Betty alive till January 16th of next year,
she'll be 100.
She'll be 100. So I don't know who is responsible for making decisions on this woman's behalf when she's in a hospital bed, but I'm gonna need you to come over and keep thumping her on the freaking head until January 16th of 2022. I'm just gonna throw that out into the world.
Oh man. Just keep going. Keep a lookout for Betty. Just watch
keep
for
Betty alive. Keep Betty alive. Well, are we really gonna talk about this next subject? Do we really want to? Because I mean, do we really want to?
I'm just curious how much she's getting in the divorce.
Right. I just want to know, like, you had a whole ass girlfriend during your marriage and your wife knew about it and y'all stayed together for what? Because you rich, bitch? I think that's why they stayed together. I think they stayed together. I think they stayed together because he was rich. That's it. That's all I can think of. I just want to know, personally, how much money she getting? That's what I want to know. And then I want to know if she got a boyfriend anywhere. I mean, you know, is she taking any applications for sugar babies? I'm just saying.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
Pretty much do fucking anything.
I'm just saying. What you need me to do?
145. He's already given her $3 billion. Like since the announcement of the divorce.
You need me to fluff your pillows for you, baby? I'll fluff your pillows for you. You need me to talk to you? You just need me to read a book for you?
Well, if anything, all she's going to get is alimony because I do believe all the kids are of age.
I just want to know if she's taking applications for sugar babies. I just want to be a sugar baby.
You know?
I mean, I can do stuff.
I can do some
Well, you know what? Whatever it is, I heard, I don't know if y'all had mentioned this, but I heard that whatever it is, the whole family mad at Bill. So...
But Bill got the money though. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. Melinda, if you're looking for a sugar baby, I'm available. Okay.
And while Chris is available for Melinda, what's popping, Jeff Bezos? What you got? What you got?
Jeff, what you got going?
What you doing? What you doing over there, Jeff?
What was his fiance's girlfriend's name? What was? Because I don't ever think they got married. What was her name? Because first off, she's cute. So you looking for a sugar baby.
I don't know, but if she's down to be sister wives, I'm down to be sister wives. We can work out an arrangement.
She's giving away most of that money anyway. She's really been giving away the money that she got from Jeff. So
the ex-wife, yeah, she gave a lot of money to some HBCUs. I saw that.
Kudos to her for doing the damn thing. But yeah, if you know what, if you're billionaire ladies and you need a sugar baby, I'm fully available here. What we got next? Stop looking at me like that, Tora. Stop looking at me like that.
Listen, I'm just trying to figure out how I can get a cut of your cut. Is all I'm over here thinking. So I sent you guys something. It is a cover. This is a book cover. That shall be the promo for the next story, which is Sinead O'Connor allegation. Oh my. So it came out in, what was it? Was it Washington or was it Times? It came out in one of these newspapers with Sinead O'Connor saying that she was raped by Prince. Okay, listen, for the listeners, the crew has already had a massive discussion about this in our chats. So how
do we clean this up a little bit for without stepping on toes?
Right.
And not that we care if we offend anybody, but this is a very
this is a sensitive topic.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'll start it. I don't believe this is true. And I'll tell the listeners, as I've told my crew, my co-host, he got a type. Chris had a type. Apollonia, Maite, Sheila E, Vanity. It's a type.
He specifically liked women with weird names.
Well, no, see, because that would count her in.
Sinead was not.
Sinead's an Irish name.
Was not the weird name he was looking for. Was not.
He
wanted like Pokemon.
Yes. He
Gotta catch them all.
My deal is, you went after a man posthumous where he can't defend himself. Second off, there's an entire generation of us that would like to remind you that as weird as this man was, number one, your assault would not have taken place at a slumber. Number two,
it's called an orgy. It would have been called an orgy if it's Prince. You call it what it is. It would have been called an orgy.
Number two,
let's talk about his exes. He likes a type that looks slightly Hispanic or some kind of Pacific Islander, he has a type. Irish wasn't it.
Tall?
No offense to Irish, but Irish was not it.
Tall.
He liked them with long hair. Bald, wasn't it?
Exotic.
That. And the way I can sum it up is this.
That you were trying to use there. All of those words.
The way I can fully sum it up
when did the allegations happen?
I think she did.
So she said it happened right around the time of the song that Nothing Compares to You. So right
couldn't
around
be identified in court.
Which he did write. He did write that song.
So
she won awards off of that.
Yeah.
She cashed in on that, by the way.
So she's talking around that time frame, and that was 80. Was that 8? No, that was 90. That was the early 90s, right? 91, 92?
1990.
90, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Prince has been gone now for 6-7 years, and you're just now retelling this story, because honestly, she's told this story before, and everybody was just like, whatever, lady. Now she's retelling the story. She told the story before he passed away, and he didn't even bother to respond to it.
I ain't never heard the story till now. So
yeah, she told it. She told it. Was it Oprah? No, not Oprah. She told it to somebody. Bill. What was the guy on CNN? No.
Geraldo.
No, the guy on CNN. The other guy, Larry King. I think she did a Larry King interview and talked about it. She talked about this story before. This is the first time the story's come up. The problem is now she's put it in a book. Well, not the problem, but the thing is she's put it in a book now, and she's
making money off of it.
Right. It's back in the headlines that this was a situation between her and Prince, and it was just like, again, like we all said, Prince had a type, and she was not that type.
Sorry.
He
liked lobster. He didn't like shepherd's pie. Sorry, sis. You weren't it.
In her memoir,
even with hair, she wasn't cute.
In her memoir, she alleges that he terrorized and assaulted her after his song made her a star. And I just kind of want to be one of those, sweetheart, do you understand that if his song made you a star, he reaped the benefits of that as well? He had no reason to terrorize and assault you. So
what you got, Ames? I know you got some.
I'm reading the article.
I know you got some.
Okay. And she claims that, she was invited over. Prince hit her with something hard that he had slipped into a pillowcase. She then says that she escaped Prince's home on foot in the middle of the night, and he stalked her with his car, leapt out, and chased her around the highway. That face, Tora, that face.
Around the what? Around the highway.
Right.
Prince running in heels around the highway.
Dude, you saw how he could play ball.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
okay, but at the same time, she has a whole 1.5 feet on him. Her stride, if he was chasing her on foot.
Yeah, she got a long gait.
Okay, but then she goes on to say, and I quote, "As far as I'm concerned, it's my song."
Okay. Music guy here. Sorry, lady, it's not your song. You got points off of that song because you sang the song, but it's not your song. You got money off of it because you sang the song, but it's not your song. It's in the catalog of Prince. Prince wrote the song. I'm almost half tempted to say he produced it if I'm not mistaken, but I know for a fact that he wrote the song. No, lady, it's his song. As in the words of the late great legendary Michael Jackson, keep it in the closet, please. Just go away.
I just thought the dude was cool because he changed his name to a symbol. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so what happened after he chased her around? Did obviously he didn't catch her, so because I'm sure if he had caught her, he would have purified her in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. But since he didn't,
all but sure he would have.
But since he didn't, how did she get away?
She ripped up a picture of the Pope and summoned a devil, and he carted her off.
Ah, yes, she did do that, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh,
every person in the world mad at her for just some of the.
I was like 4, and
I remember that now that you brought it up.
Drives around in a bubble.
Now, I'm not going to say that my source is 100% because, again, right now in my research for Nothing Compares to You, what comes up with the most information is Wikipedia, so I'm not going to confirm that all of this is 100% legit. Mm-hmm. Nothing Compares to You is a song written and composed by Prince for his side project, The Family. The song featured on his eponymous 1985 debut album. The song's lyrics explore feelings and longing from the point of view of an abandoned lover. In 1989, Sinead O'Connor recorded a version of the song for her second studio album. So, sweetheart, how can it be yours when he put it on his project first and then came back a few years later and re-released his own rendition with someone else as guest vocals? His original 1984 studio recording of the song was eventually released in 2018 as a single and in 2019 on a posthumous compilation. So
basically what you saying is, Sinead O'Connor, go sit down, have several seats, sis.
Again, I won't say she wasn't assaulted, but I'm not going to say it was this man who, although he was very much into his sex and drugs and
not drugs, he's actually very
right. But his religious choices actually prevent him from being violent.
Oh, we ain't gonna talk about that though. Oh, we must have forgot about his religious choices and what. Oh, good.
Yeah, buddy.
So I'm gonna need you to walk to the back of the building and take a seat on the bench.
Yeah, there's seats back there.
But I'm gonna say again, I'm not gonna say you weren't assaulted, but it wasn't him.
Sinead,
have a seat,
ma'am.
She looks like that dude who got mad because he asked for the New York Times and was handed Huffington Post instead.
Do you need like a special Pokeball to catch her, or can you just use a regular one?
I'm just curious. I'm just curious as to where does she come from? Like, she only comes out every couple of years and says something, and then I was like, where you been?
Probably part of the Elite Four.
You've been in a Pokeball all this time. Stay there.
Like, really, seriously, whatever rock you was under, go back, polish it, and climb right back up onto that thing.
I'm kind of looking at her as the lyrics in Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Exactly.
Ma'am, do you want Chris?
What's her name? Voltaire?
How are you feeling today? Do you feel like Hawaiian lobster? Or do you feel like bangers and mash? Would you like some shepherd pie? Can I get you some shrimp? I mean, come on.
That man
What you in the
had-
mood for today?
That man had-
Wait. She is the difference between the Dollar Tree Barbie and Mattel.
Oh,
Ma'am. Okay, anyway, T.I. and Tiny shit. T.I. and Tiny. Listen, we didn't talk about this when it first came out, which I'm totally happy and completely okay with, but we'll just touch on it real quick. T.I. and Tiny, some months back, had allegations against them for sexual assault, saying that they were drugging chicks and having sex with them. It's so weird. It's weird only to the extent of T.I. can get it. I'm just saying. I don't know about Tiny. I don't know. You guys, y'all gotta let me know on that one. But T.I. can get it. So it's so weird to me whenever sexual assault allegations come out against people like that.
Early 90s.
Like, how are you going back more than a decade? What made you sit your mouth for a decade and a half before you decided to say something?
And now all these allegations are out, and T.I. made a song about it. Woo! Anyway, but also news to go along with this is that LAPD is now investigating. It was only in Atlanta, and now LA is now investigating. So it's just the plot thickens. Shekinah. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know Shekinah. Shekinah, she is or was Tiny's best friend, and also on a couple of reality shows. And Shekinah is actually jumping on board, saying, "Yeah, I know they was doing it. They did that. All the stuff the girls are saying they did. So it's just it's a little much. It's a little much, and that's all I got to say about it. I don't know if y'all got something. Anyone?
I didn't follow.
I got nothing other than early 90s. Early to mid 90s, Tiny was gorgeous. I don't know what happened after that. We're gonna move on because I got nothing else except for Tiny was cute at one point in time,
and she was beautiful. It's just money. I don't know why she would have had any work done, because she really was pretty, but the fact that you got more money than you know what to do with, I guess
It's
I
all
don't
girls
know.
that are like, why would
I
you
want to
touch
call
your
it
face?
what, body dysmorphia? Is that what it's called? The technical term
Yeah.
for it?
Is
Body
that what it
dysmorphia?
is? I
Yeah,
thought body
that's-
dysmorphia is when you thought you were like bigger than what you really are.
It just
Like,
means that your mental image of what your body should be isn't accurate.
Oh,
ever.
okay.
Yeah, it's
You
a
always
broad-
feel
I
like
thought that was
it's-
more of a weight thing.
Yeah, it's more of a that's more of a broad term. Like body
Yeah.
dysmorphia
Okay.
is a broad where they look at themselves in the mirror and like my nose is too big or whatever.
Like
Yeah.
again, like you were
Yeah.
saying, Tiny
Dude,
was.
Megan Fox.
Oh,
Megan Fox was fine
yeah.
as.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Megan Fox was beautiful, and then she had work done, and then she got with Machine Gun Kelly, and then there's there's that.
Ladies and gentlemen, mental health is real. Mental health issues are real. Please.
They are real.
Please.
They-
They are real. Please.
They are real, but do not use them for everything, because I refuse to believe that every shooter has a mental health problem. Sorry, not sorry.
Hey man. You know
Yeah.
what?
I can't take back my laugh.
You know what?
I can't take back my laugh.
Listen,
I can't take it back.
Yo, we have fallen off the hill. Okay, we have gone directly off the hill. We have not passed go. We will not collect $200. I mean,
But you know what? This is normal for us, and I mean,
this really is.
No.
It really is normal.
And we
But
have
listen,
reached.
I think we did good today.
Yes, we did reach the end
Yeah.
of everything we wanted to cover in current events. We
Right.
threw out some random topics on top of it because that's what we do.
Cause Loki.
Somehow,
That's a
some
man that
way.
can come play some tricks in my bedroom anytime he wants.
Hmm.
Anyway,
With all
ladies and
that
gentlemen,
long hair. It's the more for me.
yes.
More for me.
oh my God. All right, so. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week on the Xennials podcast.
I will pull that man's hair. He just don't know. He a little sexy something. He's probably about 20 years younger than me, but I will pull his hair. He don't even know. He has no idea.
You can catch us on all media platforms right now at the
All
Xennials
of them.
podcast. Every last one of them. We are there now. We have just joined Amazon Music and
Yay!
Audible.
Yay!
Just search the Xennials podcast and we will be there. So thank you for joining us. Tora, say goodnight.
Good night, Dora, and all y'all.